and welcome to this special interview where we will dive into the world of property valuations and tax assessments. I'm Najib Alami, your host and a local realtor in Colorado. And today, I have the honor of sitting down with a key figure in our community, the Arapahoe County Assessor, PK Kaiser. PK Kaiser has dedicated his entire career to ensuring fair and accurate property valuations throughout Arapahoe County. As the county assessor, he and his team are responsible for determining property values and establishing tax assessments. Today, we have the privilege of learning from his expertise and gaining valuable insights into this intricate field. We'll explore the various aspects of property valuations, the methodology behind tax assessments, and the impact they have on the local real estate market. We'll also touch on the appeals process and address common concerns raised by property owners. Whether you're a homeowner, a prospective buyer, or a real estate professional, this interview will provide valuable insights into the world of property valuations and tax assessments. So without further ado, let's head on in there, meet with PK Kaiser, the Arapahoe County Assessor. Get ready to expand your understanding and discover the inner workings of property valuations in our county. PK Kaiser, nice to meet you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for having me over here.
Thank you.
I look forward to learning from you and
certainly
sharing your expertise and knowledge with the community.
Always happy to share with you with the rest of the community. I'm PK Kaiser, and I'm a Arapahoe County Assessor. I was first elected in 2018, and I was re-elected in 2022. I'm so thankful to Arapahoe County voters and property owners for their trust in me, and I'm trying to do my best helping communities, helping taxpayers, helping homeowners, business and real estate property owners. A little overview of Assessor's Office. The Assessor's Office is charged with the 4 basic duties. We discover properties, we list properties, we classify the properties, and then we value the properties. What we don't do in Assessor's Office, we do not set taxes, and we do not collect taxes. Taxes are collected by county traders, and taxes are assessed by taxing entities. In Arapahoe County, we have about 491 taxing entities mandated to put taxes on property in their respective districts. We reappraise or revalue every single property inside Arapahoe County. It is personal property, it's business property, it's a residential, it's commercial, it's industrial, it's vacant land, whatever it is. Even if it is a tax exempt property, we have to revalue every other year. And this year is the revalue year. Our next reval year is 2025. So in the whole cycle of this property taxation, we do only one part, and that's a property valuation. In Arapahoe County, we have a variety of almost every property class except ski and mining. We have vacant lands, we have residential, we have commercial, industrial, agriculture, natural resources. And just in this year, we have total value of $165 billion, which is 37% from last reval, which was 2021. Those values are just the NOV values, notice of values we sent. Definitely those values will change after all those appeals and the correction period. People who are applying, if there is any error in their property characteristics, if there is condition is different, because we know the property up to the doorstep of the homeowner. What is inside the property we don't know until homeowner tells us, or the property is for sale, and their realtor, their agent, they are putting the feature on the market. And when that property is sold and the closing company or buyer seller turned in the TD form 1000 to the county, that's where we extract the information plus the metro listings data, what the condition, we took some pictures as well, and how it looks like, any discounts were provided, any personal property was discounted. We extract all those information, and that's where we got the information of sold properties, and we use that information into our statistic model to calculate the value of the houses which were not sold. This year, after reval, the property values are extraordinarily high, and we believe that there is a frustration among the homeowners, and they want to know why the values are so high. We have no control on value because we are using market data to determine the value of residential properties. That is a Colorado State statute, that's a constitution, that's a rule and court rulings also. So we have no control on the methodology. For the residential, we just use one methodology, and that's a sales approach. We compare the unsold houses with the sold houses. And we use mass appraisal. What mass appraisal is, we use the sold houses data and put into our statistical model to get the value on other properties which were not sold. We called it mass appraisal. We have about roughly 250,000 properties, all of different kind. We don't have resources, we don't have human resources or financial resources to click on each property and went into there, take pictures and make measurements. So we use the mass appraisal. So we calculate the value through our model. Being a human, being those model developed by the human, there is always chance of error. And what is the appeal process to correct those errors? And as I said, we know the property up to the front door of the property. We don't know what is behind the property, what is inside. And that's we encourage people to contact us, appeal your property, and tells us more about their property, because the best person to know the property is the owner who is living day and night there. So we want to know from them. In Arapahoe County, we encourage people to appeal their property. To support that, in front of every major building in Arapahoe County, we have installed the mail drop boxes where people can drop their appeals 24/7. We are doing the on-site assessor camp. We are going into communities, setting up our assessor's office there, answering people questions, and if they want to turn in their appeals, we are taking appeals on site. The side advantage of those camps are that we are collecting a lot of applications for senior citizen exempts. So far we have done 3 campuses, one in Heather Garden, one in Heritage Eagle Bend community, and one in eastern part in Byers. And we are always open. If there is a community who has a challenge to reach us, we will always willing to reach them. To use in our model, we use a variety of data sources. You realtors guys are very well familiar with RE Colorado.
Yes.
In addition to that, we use the CoStar, which is also a very good source for commercial properties. We use apartment.com or apartment association data. We use historical data. We use sales verification data. We use personal interviews like in this appeal. And that's how we get more information about the property in the quantitative way and qualitative way. One of the best thing in Arapahoe County is that we put a QR code on every single notice of value. So in Arapahoe County, we send about, as I said, about 250,000 notice of value, and those scan codes are taking you to 250,000 pages. Our scan is leading to everyone's a single property page. They can see their notice of value in detail, all the comps we use, the methodology we use to arrive at their values. We were the first county in the state who introduced those scan coding and online appealing. And majority of our appeal this year is coming through online. It's working so far. Over time, we are making more improvements and making very streamlined for the homeowners and the commercial property owners. It is under 5 minutes to do everything. And up to 10 megabyte, 8 megabyte, you can upload any information they're willing to share with us. But we like to see if they're using Realtor or any professional service, We need to see the comps between July 2020 to June 2022.
Okay.
One of the misconceptions I would like to share with you is people, when we sent the notice earlier in May, people were comparing that notice with their current value, which is a misunderstanding. Compare those notice of value to the June value last year,
Right.
when the market was still hot and market was still up.
Right.
So our cutoff date was June 30th, 2022.
Okay.
So if you are bringing or uploading any comps, any information, it should be between that period. There is a new ballot initiative coming in November election. It is called Senate Bill 303, or it is called Proposition HH.
Okay.
They are intent to provide a lot of discount through that ballot initiative. If it is improved, there is good incentive for homeowners, good incentive for senior citizens, and good incentive for the business property owners, commercial property owners as well.
Okay. What factors and criteria are considered when assessing the value of residential and commercial properties in Arapahoe County?
By law, we use only one approach, which is sales approach or marketing approach. We just consider the sales data from the sold properties to determine the values of unsold properties.
Okay.
But in commercial side, we use all three approaches to value. We use cost approach, we use income approach, and we use sales or marketing approach to arrive at the value for commercial properties.
How often are property valuations and tax assessments updated in Arapahoe County? And what is the timeline for notifying property owners of any changes?
We do a reval every odd years. We did in 2019, we did in 2021, we are doing 2023, and we will do in 2025. So it is every odd year. Every single property owner, even if they are tax exempt, they will still receive a notice of value from us.
What recourse do properties owners have if they believe their tax assessment is inaccurate or unfair? And can you explain the process of appealing the tax assessment?
As I said, we use the mass appraisals, which means we use statistical models to arrive at the value of unsold houses based on the information from the sold houses. We understand that when a homeowner sells their house, they set up a house, they redo it, many things, they update many things, sometimes they totally remodel the house. And we consider that factor when we are putting a value on the unsold property. Because very likely the unsold property is as is when they bought it, with no updates, no remodeling. And we also consider the city permit pulled on the properties. For example, I'm finishing my basement and I pull up permit from the city and it cost me 20,000, let's say. So my value have a 20,000 more than my neighbors. So we will be considering or deducting the permit value from that house to calculate the proper value of unsold property. We also consider the market data, and especially in the residential, what the sellers and their agent put in the MLS sheet. What updates or what discounts, as I said earlier. That's one thing we just want to share with you and everyone else, that the personal property is not part of your sales price.
Right.
For example, buyer and sellers agree that there is a house was sold for $750,000 and $10,000 was assigned to the personal property. So we will deduct that $10,000 from the sales price.
Right.
So the actual sales price will be $740. Our calculation will be based on that, and if for example, some discounted points were provided, let's say 5,000, we will take also that one from the sales price to be fairly equitable to the other houses.
When's the deadline, and why is there a cutoff?
June 8 is a deadline, and anything dropped in by that date, postmarked by that date, we will accept it. Why is that? Because it is a state constitution. It is there by law. It was actually 1 month, but this year They extended one more week.
Okay.
So otherwise it is between May 1st to the last working day of May. But this year the state added one more week. Before the end of June, we will send a letter to each one of the homeowner who appealed. And we will tell them what the CNV took on their appeal. If they agree, that's okay. If they disagree, we will also, in the same letter, we will provide the steps to appeal to the next level.
Okay, so if they're not content with the decision that's made from
Yes.
their appeal,
Yes.
there will be other steps taken.
Yes.
What does that look like?
They have 5 stages of appeal. First level is assessor's office. Second level is county. We called it County Board of Equalization, which is comprises of county commissioners or their appointed referees. If the property owner is not satisfied with that, even they have 3 options. They can go to the district court, they can go to arbitration, or they can go to the state board of appeals.
Do they have to pay for anything?
Unless they are going into the state. But on the assessor's level and county level, there is no fee. We also practice in Arapahoe County on the residential side. If we reshuffle the property, which we do, every single appeal we will reshuffle their evaluation, their model. And if something comes down, we will let them know. And if something goes up, we will not increase the value.
Understood.
That is the best part of appeal. Homeowners have nothing to lose except their 5 minutes which they do to appeal online.
Absolutely.
So we encourage people, if you have any question, any discrepancies you feel there is on their value, please appeal us or let us know. For any reason, if a homeowner or property owner forget to appeal or did not appeal, and later in the year they realize that I must appeal, there is a second chance for everyone who did not appeal. Next year from January 1st, they can appeal their property. We call that an abatement process. Forms are available on our website, on our office. Call us and we can send it. But if you appeal it, then it is not available. But if you not appealed it, then it is a second chance is available to everyone.
Are there any common misconceptions or misunderstandings that property owners have regarding tax assessments in the appeals process?
I believe the homeowners are very wise people. The home or the commercial property is one of their best investment of life. They're making wise decisions. The only factor we are missing that we know less about those properties which were not on the market for a longer period of time in the residential side. So we encourage all the homeowners to, if anything happened to their property, let us know. If they keep us updated before the valuation, we will consider their factor while we are determining the value of their property. And it will save them the appeals and all the deadlines and everything. So we encourage every single homeowner in this county, stay in touch. If they have any question, update about their property, assessor's office is the right spot to contact.
Can you provide examples of any successful appeals and how they have affected property owners' tax liabilities?
I mean, in assessor's office, we do not talk about taxes because it is not our job, but we talk about values, and taxes are based on values plus the mill levies the taxing district impose on it, plus the assessment rate which is provided by the state. So we have a pretty good record that we are settling in favor of homeowners. It is not just a blanket statement, because more information homeowners are providing about their property, more we are able to make fair value of their homes. So basically, as I said earlier, is stay connected with your assessor's office, and if there is any change in their property, let us know. Even if for 4, 5, 6 years they have not remodeled or redid anything, tell us that, oh, I did not do anything to my property. So we know that property is in original with no updates. as compared to the just cross the street, which guy updated his property, sold on a best dollar. So when we compare those, we are compare apple to apple, not other way around.
What resources or assistance does the Arapahoe County Assessor's Office provide to help property owners navigate the appeals process effectively?
That first thing is to make the process easy for them. Providing the resources to the homeowners is our best policy so far. Before start of this appeal, we wrote letters to every mayor in this county that we are starting notice of values, and in their respective municipalities, if there is any community who has challenged to reach us, we will be able to reach them. In Heather Garden, as you might know, it is a senior citizen community, very good, very large community, very active, very knowledgeable resident over there. We put a full day camp over there, and we serve a lot of people there. And all those people were not criticizing us, but more they were telling about their property. That is exactly what we are looking into. I mean, our statistical models are very well proven, court challenges and survived, state approved. Those models are still have some error because those are developed by humans. The operation is, the input is done by humans. There is chance of error, but very, very, very minute chances of error in the models. Any dispute is happening between the condition of the property and what we assume the condition of property and what the actual condition is. More the homeowner provide those information, we better able to provide the fair assessment of that property.
So it sounds like it comes down to honesty. Just be honest with what you did with your property. Like,
yes, be exact.
Yeah.
Be exact. If it is not updated, it is updated. If it is not updated, if there is some pending maintenance, some repairs are there,
right,
let us know. One of the example we set in Arapahoe County is the outreaching people. Setting the remote campus, installing the drop boxes in front of every major county building. In Littleton, in Centennial, in Inglewood, Aurora, all the way up to Bayer. People have option, just drive by, drop their appeal, and they're done. We are providing first time those codes, scannable codes, in front of every single notice of value.
Yeah.
We are also setting the open houses wherever possible, wherever people are requesting us to do. And we are by email, by fax, by walk-in, by phone appointment, by video conversation. We are open to the property owners in every possible way. If you just call our office and you tell us your address, I want to appeal, and we consider it your appeal. If you just write on a quarter piece of paper that I want to challenge my value, that is your appeal. Even if I'm downstairs and some other people are in the motor vehicle office, hey PK, I want to appeal. What is your address? It is your appeal. So any possible way you can reach to us, we will consider at your appeal, and we will be treating every appeal equally. We will reshake it, and anything comes up, we will let you know in black and white, clearly in writing, and we'll give you the option. If you disagree with us, what is your next steps?
How many properties did you guys send the valuations to?
This May we sent about 218,000 notice of values.
Is there a way to be able to tell how many people or what percentage of people did submit an appeal?
Till yesterday evening, we have about 13,000 appeals.
Do you think that's going to pick up?
We actually love when homeowners appeal their property. We create a channel of communication. With more people appeal their property, more channels we develop with them. They can tell us more about their property, and we can tell them what we have on our books. And if there is any inconsistency, we are happily correcting it. Although for our office, for working purposes, the load is too much, we are still happy that we are helping our residents.
Are there any upcoming changes or initiatives in place to improve transparency and fairness in the property valuation and appeals process?
There is a lot coming regarding the property values and discounts in upcoming November election. The proposition H, if approves, will change a lot of things, what we are doing. And in coming years, probably, Andres, we are working on a property alert system in Arapahoe County in general, and in Arapahoe County Assessor's Office website. We are creating a alert button that if you register through that link, and if anything happened to your property, you will get alert on your phone, on your email. For example, you bought a property and somebody is trying to put a lien on your property. And in that way, you know that some activity is happening on your property, and you can contact us or the clerk's office and know exactly what is going on.
How does the Arapahoe County Assessor's Office work to ensure accurate and equitable assessments for all properties within the county?
Fairness and putting fair value to every single property is our ultimate goal. Regardless where you live, who you are, our job is to use the methodology which is open and which is defendable, which is well approved by the courts, by the Constitution of this state, and by the Department of Local Affairs and Division of Property Taxation. We do not use anything which is not defendable in terms of methodology. All the models, we are always, people when ask what model you use, I mean the statistical model, and we are always open to share with them, oh, those are our models. Those are those statistical formulas we are using. And in that way, we are, as I said, we are open as a transparent assessor's office, and please hold us accountable if we are making any mistakes.
How do property valuations and tax assessments impact the local real estate market in Arapahoe County?
Assessor's office works when property is sold. Realtors are working when property is not sold. So, I mean, Realtor is a very good source to us, honestly speaking, because when they put the property on market, they described it very well. Those informations are very helpful for us to determine the exact characteristics of that property. Assessor's office job starts when the property is sold. So we can use that property data to determine the value of that property, but also the unsold house around that listing.
How closely do property valuations align with current market values in Arapahoe County? Are there any mechanisms in place to ensure accuracy?
We are 100% on the market because we use the data which is available in the market through the property bought and sold process. In the assessor's office, as we talked earlier, we are cleaning up the sales. If there is any personal property valued, or if there is any discount provided, any condition value mentioned other than what we have in our system. So we use much of those data to determine what the property actually was. Sometimes we have a 1980s kitchen, but when the property is sold, before selling, they update the kitchen, the flooring, and based on those listings or based on those sold data, we update our record that this property is up to this. This permit was pulled, these things are updated, these things are updated. The market data is exactly what we use for our valuations of residential property. In commercial properties, we also use the owner's provided documents like the profit loss statements, vacancy rates, the deferred maintenance, repair done, and cost approach as well. Residential, commercial are totally different. Commercial is more comprehensive because all approaches to values are being employed in commercial. Residential is just market or the sales approach.
What steps does the Arapahoe County Assessor's Office take to stay updated on any changes in the real estate market that may affect property valuations?
Actually, as I said, we are when the properties are sold, the titles are changed. That's where the information comes to us. We use all of the available data in the market, which was RE Colorado. We use CoStar. We use Realty Track. I mean, And the best thing is we buy that data. It is not free for us. Every bit of information, every bit of data available, we will have it. That's how we stay accurate to the market, because our information are coming from the market, plus the property owners or the resident or the commercial property people. What they provide and what the market tells us, that's the whole information we have, plus what the owners are providing us.
Can you provide examples on how property valuations and tax assessments impact property owners, real estate investors, and the overall real estate industry in Arapahoe County?
Investment is different thing for us. When the state is thinking about to differentiate between the owner-occupant residential properties and non-owner occupant residential properties, which will be essentially considering the investment properties. That might in future years impact the tax as well. But right now, it is open market, it is a capitalistic economy. Anybody can buy and sold their properties at the agreed price. More activities in real estate, more data is generated, which means that we are able to capture more data, and more data will lead us to the more accuracy and transparency. And obviously, as I said several times, we are accountable for what we do. We stand behind our work.
How does the county's assessor's office collaborate with the real estate professionals and organizations to ensure accurate and fair property valuation?
In order to help the real estate professionals, especially the title companies, realtors, the appraisers, personally in last 5 years, I'm touching almost all the associations, Chamber of Commerce, and describing the process, how we value the property. Because more the property owners know about our processes, more they will able to provide us a specific information which are useful for our system and evaluation process. Anytime if any professional organization would like us to do some presentation at their association or they want to visit us, we are very welcome, really open for them.
Okay, so Smedra, NAR.
Yes, we are already going there, and still there is two schedule for month of June.
Okay.
And if you know or if you recommend to anyone, we are happy to.
And that's open to the real estate professionals?
Yes,
So
all realtor professionals are part of this community.
Okay.
They work here, they live here,
Right.
and they have right to know, so they can advise their clients better.
I like that. Okay, then I'll see you there.
Yeah, anytime.
All right, last question. How can real estate professionals effectively navigate and advise their clients on tax assessments and property valuations in Arapahoe County?
When they are providing the comps, they should talk to the assessor's office what period they are using, because 18 months are mandatory period we must use. But some counties use 24 months, some county use 30 months, 36 months. In Arapahoe County, we use 24 months, 2 years. Because when people are applying, there is a 6-month gray area, they don't understand why we're skipping that. So from one evaluation to next evaluation, we consider the entire period. And the realtor or the appraisers, tax, the title people, any question, any confusion, any concern, they must call the assessor's office. I would like to talk about, especially when you people are helping the buyers who are buying the new homes. Ask the builder to provide you all the taxing district around that property. Because, for example, they bought a lot this year for, let's say, any number of money, $100,000. And on our book as of January 1st this year, the value is $100,000. The taxes are based on $100,000. But in the summertime, they built a 6,000 square feet beautiful house, and the value is $1.5 million. You bought a house $1.5 million, and next for the current year you will see the value based on 100,000, few $100. But when you are buying the house, moved in, and next year the taxes goes in thousands, that will surprise you. So as a realtor, provide your clients the taxing authorities or taxing districts in that property. Ask your builder, demand it, that tell us exact mill levy for that house before they buy the property. It is part of your due diligence to work with your clients. Tell them the exactly or very near to the exact taxes possible next year.
Any other bits of information or advice that you have for homeowners, realtors, any professionals out there who own commercial property? Any little bits of advice?
For everyone, I will suggest that go to our website very often. We have put a lot of resources on the website, more than any other county assessors in this state. So if you need any information, go to our website. If still your questions or concerns are not answered, email us, call us, or drop by. And we are here. And so far in the last 5 years, we have not charged a single homeowner for any kind of fee. Even the work is extraordinary, it takes a long time. We are not charging any fee to any homeowner for printing, pulling, or digging into researching many of their concerns. So it is free service. It is your county, it is your county assessor, and the staff is working for you. Or the best thing is to produce a fair value. That is our primary goal, and we are hopefully successful, very successful so far in it, because our success depends on the homeowner's success. If they are okay, they are happy living in a county, we feel proud that we are providing a fair assessment to their property.
And that concludes our insightful interview with PK Kaiser, the Arapahoe County Assessor. I want to express my sincere gratitude for your time, Mr. Kaiser, for sharing your expertise and shedding the light on the intricacies of property valuations and tax assessments. So thank you again.
Thank you so much for having us.
Appreciate that.
If you have any question, any taxpayer, any property owner have any question, please feel free to contact us.
Absolutely.
We are here to help.
Remember, if you have any further questions or need assistance regarding property valuations or the appeals process, don't hesitate to reach out to the Arapahoe County's Assessor's Office. They are here to help you and provide you with the necessary support. Once again, I want to extend my gratitude to PK Kaiser, Arapahoe County, for your time and valuable insights. Thank you for joining us today, and remember to stay tuned for more informative discussions about the real estate market and topics that matter most to you.